You chose absolutely right tuning in to Rwanda Television News. A great evening to you and many thanks for joining us tonight. This is what is coming up. In Masaka, Kigali city, the UCAD Africa Center of Excellence has been completed, and it will provide access to training and research opportunities for surgeons from across the African continent.
Various stranded Sudanese medical students who are in Rwanda appreciate the role of the government of Rwanda for being a safe home for refugees and asylum seekers from across the continent.
Once again, many thanks for being with us on Rwanda Television News. My name, as always, is Sam Kalisa.
And mine, Martina Avera.
How are you doing, Martina?
I'm very good. How are you doing?
Very, very great.
Yes, you can start things off.
Yes, starting it off on the local scene in Masaka, Kigali city, the UCAD Africa Center of Excellence has been completed, and it will provide access to training and research opportunities for surgeons from all over the African continent. The establishment of this center is expected to transform the healthcare system on the African continent. Olive Nete starts us off tonight.
The IRCAD Africa is an institution committed to advance surgical skills and promote innovation in minimally invasive surgery to the African community. It will provide world-class training opportunities to African surgeons and research on the latest technology in MIS, which all aims at enhancing quality surgical care and improve patient outcomes on the continent. Professor Jacques Marceau, a surgeon who is also the founder of the IRCAD Institute, points out that lessons that will be carried out, as well as technologies that will be used in the center, is in line with what is used in other branches of the Institute around the world.
We have
decided that all the courses that will be conducted in all IRCAD centers will be the same. That is to say, that the IRCAD Africa has the same standard with other centers all around the world, and the technologies that will be used is the same as what we use in all other centers as well. For example, the programs we have in America and elsewhere.
Minimally invasive surgery is a specialized field that includes techniques such as laparoscopy and robotic surgery. It minimizes pain and post-trauma on patients and more. Specifically at this branch of Rwanda, there is a team that is conducting research on a project called Disrepair, which aims to combine low-cost ultrasound devices with innovative AI and robotics technologies. Some of those working on the project say that it will highly benefit the sector. This will highly benefit us. As I said, we do not have enough specialists, especially in the field of radiology. We have few of them, and we know that all districts in Rwanda have this medical imaging equipment, but you find that there are no specialists to interpret the images. And to do that also takes time. So the fact that in Rwanda we can do projects that provide immediate solution and which is not expensive to people at health centers or district level is a great opportunity. Dr. Charles Nsengiyumva, Technical Advisor at the Ministry of Health and Secretary General of the IRCAD Africa, points out that the fact that this institution is established in Rwanda and is the first branch of IRCAD established on the African continent is of a great value to the country.
This is the first branch of this institute here on this continent. Literally, this institute is in many countries across the world. It will also attract the industries such as Medtronic and Siemens, who will be working here with IRCAD. You understand that these are our partners. And this will be an opportunity to Rwanda, since it will create job opportunities for many Rwandans as well.
IRCAD Africa currently hosts over 60 participants from over 15 countries around Africa who are being trained by experts from around the world. IRCAD is headquartered in France and was founded in 1994 by Professor Jacques Marceau. Olive Nete, RTV News.
Thank you, Olive, for that report. Various stranded Sudanese medical students who are in Rwanda appreciate the role of the government for being a safe home for refugees and asylum seekers from across the continent. Adam Squizera with more.
It's been 5 months since the outbreak of the war between the Sudanese Armed Forces and the Rapid Support Forces. This war took lives of more than 10,000 people, with displacement of thousands of Khartoum residents. Istafai Hoshaid is part of a group of over 160 Sudanese students who came in Rwanda from Sudan in the last 2 months through the partnership of the University of Rwanda UR and the University of Medical Sciences and Technology UMST. Estafai explains her 10 days journey from Khartoum to Kigali.
So the outbreak started on April 14, and then I was in Khartoum at that time, and I stayed in Khartoum for until the 3rd of June. It was safe until that, but then the situation was getting worse. So I traveled to another state in the north. I was staying with relatives, and then the university told us that we are going to move to Kigali. So I traveled on July. It was like a 10-day trip. I traveled through different states in Sudan until I crossed the borders to Ethiopia by land. And then from a city called Gondar, I took a plane to Addis Ababa and then another plane to Kigali.
As students who came from Sudan, a country which have the majority of 60% of Arabic language speakers, language barrier, of course, comes as one of the greatest challenges they faced after arriving in Rwanda.
I'd say the main challenge was the language barrier. That was the main challenge I think most of us students face, was the language barrier. But we've trying to learn some Kenyan Rwandan words, and yeah, it's going well so far.
Everything was very, very organized, so adapting wasn't a big issue actually. I've learned a couple of words in Kenyan Rwanda. I've learned how to negotiate with the taxi drivers and the motorcycle drivers. Everything is very organized, and that's what I like the most.
Augustine Sendedia, the Chief Medical Officer at King Faisal Hospital, reiterates on the research programs this hospital has put in place to also come as facilitation to the students.
Now there is no particular problem. Everything is shared. They participate in consultations. They participate in ward rounds. They participate in scientific presentations. And our consultants, our specialists are keen to help them, and I can say that we have even Rwandan students, so they are integrated in the system, and we are sure that we will deliver, and after the rotation we'll have other meetings with them to give us some comments and recommendations, and we are eager to improve.
Estafai Hoshaid and her colleagues finds that such opportunities Rwanda offered them of completing their studies have also triggered them to place their contribution in the development of Rwanda's health sector.
We've been told that Rwanda have a small shortage of healthcare providers. So I think we are a lot. We are 160 students. So of course some of us will stay and have their residency programs here and maybe specialty. You don't know. Maybe some people will go for a specialty and come back, because Rwanda healthcare system is really nice. So the situation here is really comfortable to adapt to.
Coming from Sudan to Rwanda here has helped us to give or provide or do whatever we've been taught in Sudan and give it here and show it here in Rwanda. So we're spreading whatever we've learned from Sudan, we're bringing it here, and whatever we're learning from here, we hope to take it back to Sudan with us one day.
All these 160 students were also given internship as part of their fourth-year academic lectures, which they're practicing in various hospitals, such as University Teaching Hospital of Kigali and King Faisal Hospital. Adams Kwizera, RTV News.
Thank you, Adams. Moving ahead, parliamentarians have pledged to echo out issues faced by citizens and hinder their development to relevant authorities. They made the vow during the launch of the ordinary session of the first quarter of the year 2023-2024.
While delivering his remarks, Senate President Dr. Karinda Francois-Xavier said parliamentarians will continue to get closer to the citizens and understand the issues that hinder the well-being.
We will do citizen visits as the entire Senate, but even each individual senator has the responsibility to visit citizens. During the visits, we always want to assess the issues that citizens presented to us. Those visits help us to better understand the issues at hand, because then citizens freely express themselves on their problems.
The same pledge was made by Chamber of Deputies Deputy Speaker Ada Mukabakwiza, who noted that ministers will be summoned to provide explanations on the problems faced by citizens.
In the resolutions made in the previous sessions, we decided that some ministers will be summoned to provide more explanations on various issues, and that will be an emphasis in this particular session. You will see how sometimes all MPs go for their visits to various districts of the country to discuss with authorities and citizens. When we come back, we discuss on issues that need more explanations from ministers.
The first quarter of the 2023-2024 ordinance session was launched by the parliamentary chambers of deputies and Senate. It is one of the 3 parliamentary sessions used to examine issues faced by citizens as well as approving draft bills.
Yes, thank you very much, Adam Squizera, for that report. Now, the city of Kigali is set to gain a new intelligent transport system that is expected to ease traffic movement and improve public transport efficiency, thanks to a partnership between the governments of Rwanda and Japan signed this Thursday. We have more.
The system consists of Moderato, a Japanese technology that involves the installation of signal lights at the junctions and traffic sensors connecting with the fiber network. The project will be used in the 23 selected routes in the city of Kigali that normally have traffic congestions. Kigali City Mayor Prudence Rubingisa noted that the system will improve mobility in Kigali.
Not only we want a city that is as inclusive as possible, but also we're considering the mobility being a priority, one of the urban issues that we need to fix in addition to others. And again, making sure that our solutions are as sustainable as possible. And we believe that this is a milestone that is also taking us to another level. And more importantly, the green part of it. So we are going to make sure that actually all the key project highlights with regard to environmental friendly approaches that we want to use are also considered.
On Thursday, the Minister of Finance and Economic Planning, Dr. Uziel Ndagijimana, together with Japan's ambassador to Rwanda, Issa Fukushima, and Maniko Shiotuka, Chief Representative of Japan International Cooperation Agency, JICA, signed the $14.6 million grant agreement, which will see Japan fund the intelligence transport system in Kigali. Citing the impact the system had in his country, the Japanese envoy pledged great results.
The infrastructure development is a strong point of Japan. With the project of this intelligence transport system, Japan's support to the infrastructure sector in Rwanda is reaching the total amount of about $199 million so far. Considering that Rwanda is known as a land-linked country, it has an integral role to play as a nodal point between the central and the northern corridors. Once traffic situation in Kigali is improved, the synergy effect will be spread via the 2 corridors throughout the region and the continent and the CFTA, thereby increasing the movement of people and the volume of trade and regional integration.
The Minister of Finance and Economic Planning, Dr. Uziel Ndagijimana, reiterated that the system is expected to fasten the country's goal of decent settlement with variable mobility system.
We need to once again appreciate that Japan's support is fully aligned to our priorities. We know among the 5 pillars of our Vision 2050, there is urbanization and agglomeration. So this project fits very well in our vision under the pillar on the urbanization and agglomeration. And this also leads to the second question that I'm going to answer very soon. As you have seen, as the city grows, the number of vehicles increase, so the traffic becomes a challenge. You can see at peak hours how difficult it is to move in Kigali. Both private vehicles and the public transport are affected by heavy traffic. So this system, using advanced technology, will help it to manage the traffic, both for public and private transport.
The works are expected to start in June 2024, and the project is anticipated to be completed in December 2026. On Thursday, ICPA Rwanda began the training of our trainers workshop. The main objective of this two-day training is to build and strengthen the capacity of tutors who are involved in tuition provision for ICPA qualifications. Trainees expressed satisfaction in the training regarding equipping them with the skills they need to perform their duties. The management of ICPA Rwanda reiterated its commitment to produce professional accountants in the country. Each year, the Institute organizes this training in a bid to fulfill its mandate and continuously engage in various stakeholders in improving the process a student has to go through to ultimately ensure quality accountants are produced on the local market. And this puts a period to our tonight's edition. On behalf of the entire news production as well as the technical team, many thanks for being with us. My name is Sam Kalisa.
And mine, Martina Aveda.
And we'll say up until next time.
Stay safe.
And have a great evening.